Alrighty, here we go. Round 2 against Caffeinated. Hello, and good luck, Caffeinated. Well, we gotta throw this away. This isn't gonna do anything. So yeah, we want to roll down to 6. We are on the draw as well, so that'll be helpful. This is pretty rough too. Sadly, we can't keep this guy either. Our opponent mulled to 6 too. That gives us one little extra mull. Not that I want to be mulling a whole bunch here. But we're going to have to ship this guy back here down to 5, which is a bummer. Not an awesome way to start, but our deck should be able to come back from a 5 muller. If this was a swamp and a plains, I'd probably keep it just out of, even though I have a 6 and a 5 plus the 4, but I think that's just going to be the inconsistency of a lot of this. But yes, we're going to mull as well. Yeah, see here we're going to keep not excited, but I think this will be better than 4. We have spells, just draw into stuff, so. It could be argued to get rid of this considering I already have a 6, which is kind of like having a 4, but we'll just have to wait and see who draws into playables first. Not us. I like that our at least our 3s are very fast 3s. We just have to draw a plains and a mountain, which is going to be really hard to do. That's cool, because at least one land gets us going here. Our opponent probably just as likely to be stumbling. And yeah, that is the case. What do we get? Rakdos Gilgate. Not awesome, but hey, it's a start. Alright, but our opponent hits every land drop, so that's pretty good. Whenever that creature has battlefield under your control, Moa gets... Oh yeah, I remember this card. This is a good card. I do believe. We'll have to be on the lookout for it. Let's see. So at this point, we certainly could opt to unleash the Dead Reveler if we think we're going to be able to get into this race, which I do think we will be able to. 1 plains gets us the rest of our spells. And our opponent also mulled. Yeah, it'd be nice to be able to have this guy on defense. I'm not going to be blocking the Bronze Beak anyway. No, we're not going to unleash it. I think that would be a mistake, to be honest. I need the flexibility right now. I want to be aggressive, but it can attack into the Moa anyway at the moment. Sure, if my opponent has untapped mana, that means there's an option for a trick in green, or just a flash creature, or like Eyes in the Skies or something to just pump this guy up super huge. So here I assume we're taking 5. Oh no, a key rune. So that's pretty good for us. It's also really good for my opponent just to be able to cycle that guy. I'm going to go ahead and bet that my opponent doesn't have anything here. Well, yeah, we're probably going to be playing the 2/4 anyway, even though we don't get our little active treason out of it. But we just want to be progressing the board quicker than my opponent is. I'm just getting a 2/4 down at this game right now is very beneficial. So my opponent did draw into something. I don't know, drew in is right, considering I had all the mana. Just ooh, hey Mar. For all damage to be dealt 2 creature tokens you control. So far, that's just a 5/7. I say that jokingly, because wow, 5/7 shuts down everything right now. And we are taking 5 points of damage. So we're going to need to get some of our removal spells up and running here soon. Because unless we can get... I mean, that's going to start helping. It would be awesome to have had this a turn later, but we're not going to just throw away our guy. We'll go ahead and get this guy going. that will mean our Sunspire Gatekeepers will be a lot better, because we'll be getting more value out of it. We might need that first before we... I mean, we have a potential 10-point hit coming next turn, so that's going to be a bummer. In the field, I presume that now at this stage in the game, I'm going to be a lot weaker than my opponent, because since a lot of people are playing these huge drops. Wow. That's just a huge beating right now. Yeah, that hurts. Because now all of these guys are indestructible. Well, prevent all damage, rather. And I don't think we can race very efficiently here. I would attack him with both. Yeah. So really, the question is, do I even bother? I mean, I can take 5 here, and then I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15 damage coming in next turn anyway. This guy can hold off little bits here. Yeah, I think we have to do this. Definitely a bummer, but oh well. I don't know if we have anything that can really come back from this. A 5-3 is a good start, but it still leaves us dead in the water. The Sunspire Gatekeepers sort of gets us there. I'm not going to give up yet. I'm pretty sure this is the end of it. I mean, that doesn't even kill Emera. What a little sweet combo here, these double 7 drops. This is a good example of our deck that's more powerful, having these, you know, ideally my deck's won before 7 drops can even be had, despite the ramping here. This kind of is a safe attack, though, I mean, I would still be attacking with the Emera, I suppose. If I take 7 here, I'm down to 3. I mean, I'm pretty much dead next turn anyway. But I think we just chump the Centaur, take 4? No, because we can just block pretty readily. We'll block here. And then, yeah, we'll just take 4 damage. So it does seem like my opponent is all in on this particular game plan. I'm pretty sure can't really do anything about any of that. I can play my Skylight Legionnaire, start attacking in. But if I'm at 6, my opponent bashes in with everything. I mean, I'm still... This is all, I need to kill Emera, basically, and I don't see how that's happening. But I will not give up yet. I'll keep Burn as an option, in case I do get to block Emera somehow. I don't see how exactly, but whatever. My opponent can start drawing cards off of these guys. And if I was my opponent, I would be protecting Emera, just be bashing in with these. Should be sacking one of the clue stones, drawing a card. gaining some advantage there. Now my opponent has a full 3 cards in hand. Although one's probably a land, since my opponent was just hanging on to it. Yep, there goes the land. Okay. Declare attackers. So we'll block and block. I presume there's a pump spell around. Not too sure what it could be yet. 4, 5, 6. I have to get rid of one of my dudes. And if it is a creature that comes down, I just get blown out anyway, so we'll go ahead and just let that happen. Can't be countered. Protection from blue. I could, in response, kill this beak dude. Do I want to do that? I mean, yeah, I want to. I think the only way to get rid of Mare is like a launch party or something like that. And even then, I'm going to be pretty close to dead. So there's that one. My opponent gets the Skylasher. I'm down to 2. And there's a Trampler on the table. Awesome. Hey! That's not it at all. Pretty sure we're dead. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't mind showing my May Sentinel here. It's not that powerful of a card. Hey. And then, yeah, let's just see what my opponent does. I'm clearly tapped out. F6'd. Conceivably, my opponent doesn't want to risk a Mara, though I think my opponent should see the win on the board with the tap out. Yeah, that'll do it. I'm F6'd anyway. Might as well just let my opponent bash on in. And then we go to game 2. Still a pretty fun game considering we mulled down to 5, as did our opponent. So it kind of kept things on even footing. But my opponent drew out of it before I did. And that's just part of the randomness that we will face. I do like how my deck is situated against my opponent. The question is, do I want to go a little more aggro with the Deviant Glee and the I have that Madcap skill somewhere. There it is. Also, I have Smite. If I, that's because of the damage thing. Smite can really help deal with those big guys coming in. So I like that as removal. Launch Party and Fatal Fumes are good because it will destroy. And -4, -2. The maybe Fatal Fumes is less good against like the 3/3s or the 4/4 tokens we might be expecting. So Augur Spree will be good. Aerial Maneuver, I don't care about. Righteous Charge, no, we're not trying to go super aggro there. Smite is just for if in the late game I'll be holding on to this for when a big old drop comes down. But yeah, I'm trying to decide if I want to put in a little more aggression here. I think that's all I want to do. Yeah, I think that's it. It's just to have a way to deal with those bombs that we're seeing. We'll stick to that game plan. Question is, does that mean I want to switch up some of my mana here? Yeah, probably. I want to switch out. Got 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 6. So I wanted to get rid of a swamp and instead add a plains, since we're trading out that one color there. Cool. We'll do that, and yeah, we'll definitely play first. We don't have black, Nor do we have a spell we can cast. I do like that we have a lot of lands, but unfortunately, if we're going to win this game, we're going to have to mulligan. This is much better. At least we have a spell, and then again, one black gets us there. So we'll keep this. Let's see what our opponent keeps doing. Our opponent mulled a 5. Again, I wonder if my opponent's consistency is really off then. See if we can't try to punish that mulled a 5 with our Splatter Thug quickly. Skymark Rock. Not going to do a whole lot for a while, if ever. Okay, don't need a mountain. Need a swamp. That's cool. Yes, the evolve can get tricky soon enough, but we're just going to keep on attacking and pray to get our 3rd color soon. Or other spells we can cast. Augury will be doing a lot of work. Okay, we take 2. Our opponent is off white at the moment. Okay. That can be a little scary. Loving all of our red here. At least we have another spell to cast, so that is cool. And first strike, which should help. There's white. Let's see what my opponent does here. Huh. Well, we're bashing in again. What do you have? Ooh, nice cards. Yeah, this guy's deck's pretty sweet with the different bombs he has going. So you can see my Splatter Thug still takes 3 in the air, but then we're taking a huge swing back. Doink. But surprisingly, did not block. Interesting. Playing around some of the removal pieces, I suppose, because could do a couple damage. Then Splatter Thug. I already showed that I had the 2-point damage spell, so I think that's somewhat correct. Except my opponent's at a pretty low life. I'm wondering, just trying to get this race going. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, I mean it's a 2-turn clock. My opponent's winning it in that regard. Okay, that's kind of good. Having the 5-3 should work out to be able to do some blocks here. I can get aggressive again, seeing as my opponent did not want to block this turn. But no, I think I just got lucky that my opponent didn't block. Instead, we're going to save our Splatter Thug. So there's that. Blaze Commando. Do you have a counter? That'd be interesting. Yeah, I have 8 points of trample coming in. 8, 9, 10 points of trample actually, so and only 3 points of defense, or of toughness, so That is not awesome, but a land can help get me out of the situation. Ideally, just a swamp by itself. I'm a little worried because I have my 3 guild gates in my deck, and the last thing I want is a tap land right now. And here comes a 7-drop, maybe? My opponent on 7 mana is not a good thing. That is exactly what we want. Question is, in what way? I think we just go for the explosive impact here. See what my opponent does. I didn't see a counterspell up. I think my opponent might have counterspelled the Blaze Commando, had that been a case. So, yeah. Ooh, alternatively, we can explosive impact now, and that'll help us decide what to do with Steeple Rock, because we'll want to keep the rock back on defense if I do get blown out by a counterspell. Alright, cool. So we did get there with explosive impact. Whew, finally found that swamp. I know I'm running the least amount of swamps from anything. I only have 1, 2, or black sources. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. With 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That seems wrong. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, unfortunately, that's just me not having the best mana that there is. I still think it's correct. One. I think I bring out a mountain here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe we do add in another swamp. How do I like that? How do I like this, guys? I'm not the greatest with building mana bases for these kind of decks. This will be kind of the fun thing as I progress with Dragon's Maze. I'm counting just my earlier drops. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, the red and white are the late ones anyway, so we have all of our black is skewed lower, so I kind of want, a same sort of distribution here. So I think it's a little bit more even, so yeah, I'm happy with that. Definitely wish I was on the play. We barely got through that game, and my opponent mulled to 5. I mean, we mulled to 6. Ooh, this is good, though. Pretty aggressive. And against our opponent, this should be good. Snap Keeping. Now we just need to draw into some more spells, and we will be ripped and ready for action. So just hope my opponent doesn't have a quick, some quick defenders of any kind. Not exactly what we want, but that's okay. It's a spell. I'd rather have spells than anything else. Cool. Good, good, good. Yeah. And a nice little finisher. Alright, time to get aggro. For now, that is A-okay. Keep the aggression going. We have both our gatekeepers and 0 gates. 2/4 should be good, no matter what, but wouldn't mind if we had at least 1 gate out by now and we are starting to do a little bit more. But such is life. Such is life. It's pretty cool. Alright, do I want Tithe Drinker? Yeah, I'm going to play Tithe Drinker so I can start extorting the gatekeepers. I don't think it's as big of a deal. I think extort will get us there. And I'm happy to trade off my Chainwalker or my Dead Reveler for the Battering Krasis, which he'd have to do if he wants to take out the Gorehouse. So we will be attacking with both. Actually, there's really no point in just be trading. Yeah, that's it. Take 3. Cool. This will allow us to get a couple extort triggers and possibly get gates online a little bit later. And I don't think a 2-4 is doing a whole lot anyway. Elusive Krasis means there's another blocker here. Or not. Maybe my opponent just realized, hey, I'm not attacking with I'm not blocking my Elusive Krasis, I might as well be attacking with it. We'll go ahead and attack with both, keep Launch Party up. If there's a flash creature of some sort, we might just Launch Party whatever my opponent ambushes and get the extort off of it. I'm cool with that. Again, just keeping pressure on board. Because of that Advent of the Worms here, this is exactly what we want to have happen. So this resolves. Yes. In response, do I Launch Party my Dead Reveler and kill the worm? Yeah, because I kind of think that extort might be more important here. If I Launch Party the Drinker, I have a 3-4, but my opponent can be blocking the 3-4 at any point. Yeah, we're just going to go. We're going to sacrifice this guy, pay our extort, yes, the Krasis gets a little bit bigger. That's our turn. Cluestone, I am okay with. 2, 3, 4. Ooh, that is getting dangerous. Very, very dangerous. Okay, now I have to rethink this. Suddenly, the explosive impact I was thinking about would be end up taking out the Krasis. May not be getting there. The race is on, but I don't think I'm going to be winning this race. But we're not dead yet. For now. I don't think it matters which gatekeeper I bring out, because probably not going to be doing anything with our gates. We'd have to draw the next 2, and if we're drawing 2 gates and playing spell, we're probably dead by that point anyway. Yeah. I think this little combo is going to get us, unless my opponent really whiffs on everything. I mean, Cluestone probably is not going to make that happen, so we have to put a lot of pressure up in the very near future. Yeah, my opponent's just trying to get something else down. Yeah. Yeah, boy. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Okay. Well, that's nice. If we can ever get to a position of I think we'll just do another extort and another bash in. If my opponent again wants to trade, Am I okay with that? Thing is, I need to get my opponent down to 9 and do... So, not even down to 9. I need to do 9 points of damage to my opponent before I can even explosive impact, which I think is how this is going to have to work out. It's just, do I attack in with Sunspire Gatekeepers? I think I do. Do I care about a 3/6 or a 2/4? No, I care about Extort only because, as of right now, the 2/4 is going to do the same thing that 3/6 does. So I might as well take my Extort triggers while I got them. If Mace Sentinel was more important, then I'd be fine with that. But this is preventing the blocks as much as the Mace Sentinel is, so whoop-de-doo. And then, yeah, man, with every single swing here, we are hurting. Splatter Thug. It's something. Same thing. Do I just want to keep bashing in here? Definitely a bashing in with both again. How much do I care about Extort at this point? Probably not a whole lot. Because if Extort's just Erase, it's more about clearing the way and doing direct damage than Extort damage. Although, yeah, I gain a little bit of life from it. So maybe I do just want to trade off right now a Tide Drinker with one of these guys, which I assume is what will happen. Start clearing the way so my Mace Sentinel and Splatter Thug can do some damage. Yeah, I want to do that. I am happy with that right now. It also allows my Tide Drinker to trade right now before my opponent evolves the Experiment 1 another time. So we're going to go like that. So they trade. A little bit of life. My opponent will be back up to 15 again. Ugh. Oh, wow. Wow, oh wow, oh wow. Just 1 point off. Well, not really. I can't cast both. Alright, so I think I do just mug the Krasis and keep bashing in. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The thing is, what are my outs? How do I kill this elusive Krasis while my opponent's top decking? If I can't use my Smite, all I have is my Augur Spree left, right? Yeah, well, let's attack. Pretty sure my opponent just takes it, but... Yep. We'll hang on to the mugging because the mugging will work just fine. Do I unleash 4, 5, 6? Any... Yeah, because we need to be doing as much damage as possible in the next turn or two to just maybe get there. 17, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That still puts my opponent only down to 7. Now my opponent has a follow-up here. Yeah. Plus some evolves. Bummer. That's somewhat helpful. I can play both my spells. Is there any way to win this by playing both my spells? I don't think so. I'd have to mug and Maris, tag with everything. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15. And this is only to target creature. Well, let's attack. Let's have some fun. Kind of bummed. I really liked our deck. I really think it could have gone okay, but then maybe just the power level is going to be a bit under what anyone else does. So that's interesting. I can actually use my explosive impact here. That's pretty cool. I'm going to save my Splatter Thug. I mean, there's really no way to win after this, but whatever. We'll do that. And then lose. Ah, that's it. Good game. That was pretty fun. What I was saying, though, was that I felt like the deck seemed pretty... I like the build. I'll have to go back, see if I could have done something a little more powerful with some of the bombs to try to splash in a bunch of different colors. And I might do that in a little weirdo sideboard action you might see me play with. But I was really hoping that, despite playing a solid 3 colors and only having 3 guild gates, I still thought that we might be able to successfully have a more consistent 3-color deck versus other people's. But it looks like everyone is kind of doing a 3-color deck anyway, just with perhaps better fixing and more powerful spells. Because that's the general consensus. You want to go 3 colors. Maybe if I was doing a 2-color aggressive thing, that might be working out. But it's not. The good thing about these pre-release events is they're Swiss, so I get to keep testing around. Stick around if you want to see some more fun, just to get a feel for the Dragon Maze cards. If not, we'll see you next week with a draft, which should be... Oh, actually, no, I'll start doing release queues next week, so we'll see you then. But don't necessarily go away. I will be doing the next 2 rounds and posting them, again, just to get more Dragon's Maze action as much as possible. We'll see you then.